How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel here today to discuss the Barbie movie. Just got back from seeing it and was honestly pleasantly surprised by this movie. Starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling as Barbie and Ken. Really good performances by both of them. Good story for the most part. I really like the beginning. I thought Ryan Gosling, as you probably heard, is really great as Ken. Does a really good job in this movie. Singing, his acting, comedy, and just his kind of not overacting, but just the performance he gives is really what you would expect out of Ken, kind of, but also not what you would expect to with some of the acting he does. He really got real into this one, which I like. But Margot Robbie does a really good job as Barbie. There's a scene at the very beginning where she's kind of in the original Barbie swimsuit, and she looks just like Barbie. Like, it really blew me away how much she herself looks like the old Barbie. Really great performances from everyone, really. Just those two, plus Michael Cera as Alan also really stood out. Probably my favorite character was Alan, in all honesty, now that I remember Michael Cera being in this. He did a really good job too with what few parts he has in it. He really stands out as Alan. Alan. But yeah, there's a lot of people you're probably going to recognize, and it's hilarious to see that they're all either Barbies or Kens. Everyone in here, if it's a female, it's a Barbie. But yeah, I don't want to really spoil anything. I do think this is something, if you haven't seen it yet, maybe, really consider going in to see it, because it's hilarious. Even for someone who was not probably meant to see this. I'm not, obviously you've probably heard every male YouTuber who's reviewed this movie say, that, this movie's was not made for us, for men. Very clearly. I still really enjoyed it. I still laughed a lot. I went and saw it with my whole family, which is mainly males, and we were all laughing. Even my two other brothers were laughing. But yeah, so there's something here for everyone, I feel like. As long as you don't take it too seriously and you understand somewhat what you're going into. It's a Barbie movie. This is meant for females. It's a female empowerment movie, but it has stuff for everybody. It still has comedy, it still has heart, it still has good music, some dancing in it. There's a few dance numbers where they show off all the different Barbies, and there's Barbies of every color, every race. They did a good job with inclusion in this movie. I feel like I was really blown away with how much Barbie was representing in this movie. Granted, she's been around for forever, and there's Barbies for every race, creed, sex, gender, so that's really cool. Along with Ken, there's also multiple various different Kens, but it's hilarious because they all chase after a certain Barbie. Like, Ryan Gosling's Ken is attracted to Margot Robbie's Barbie, but you'll notice that every Ken kind of has a Barbie they pursue throughout the movie, and I hope it's not too much spoiler, but just a little taste of what is in this movie. It's not just Ryan Gosling as Ken and Margot Robbie as Barbie, and then everyone else plays someone else. Granted, there is, now that I'm looking at the IMDb over here, there is a midge. There is a midge in here too, which is like a discontinued, I think she was pregnant Barbie. I can't remember. I might be wrong about that, but there is a midge. Just so much Barbie history in here, from the dream houses to the cars to all of the stuff. I think is something Barbie related. So there's a lot of, even if you're a big Barbie fan, there's stuff for you here too. I don't think you'll be disappointed. My sister grew up with Barbie, so she saw a lot of stuff that she had as a kid too, which was kind of cool for all of us to remember her having that. So yeah, really cool. The story in a nutshell is essentially Barbie lives in Barbie world, which is like, it's kind of weird because there is a part where they kind of hint at where Barbie world is at, which is, I thought, was kind of a funny, cool joke. But yeah, she in Barbie world, women run everything. So Barbie's president, there's a President Barbie, they're doctors, there's astronaut Barbies. All the different types of Barbies are actually what they are in Barbie world. So the Barbie we follow, Margot Robbie's Barbie, kind of has becomes, how do I put this, self-aware, kind of. Again, I'm trying to not spoil much here, but yeah, so her and Ken eventually decide to go to the real world for story purposes, where they meet Will Ferrell, which I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to agree with everybody. He does seem to exist in this movie just to pad the runtime. It does, in all honesty, this movie does feel kind of like a 45-minute movie that was stretched out to full length. Warner Bros. Went and got Will Ferrell and shoved him into the middle of the movie and told him to be Will Ferrell for as long as possible so that they could get a full length movie out of it. But eventually they meet up with certain people and they kind of get the bigger story of it all, which I liked. I will agree that the last act of this movie really does kind of drive the point of the movie home way too much. It's just too hard to disagree with. It's brought up multiple times in multiple ways. They do try to kind of hide it in messaging, but yeah, it has its messages. I do agree with them, but there's just one message that I felt like they could have made a few less times and it would have freed up more of the movie, but I just don't feel like there was much more movie here outside of the beginning and some of the middle, so they just kind of bullshitted the most of the middle part. But it's still a really good movie. It's still a movie that has heart, has really good acting, and was surprising to me. This was a complete and utter surprise of a movie to me. I did not expect to enjoy this as much. I did not expect this to be as funny as it was. I did not expect to hear the whole theater laughing, a pretty much sold out theater laughing. So, you know, there's a reason this movie is doing as well as it is. I think that's a good enough review of it. I didn't want to spoil too much of it, so I hope I didn't spoil too much for you all. Let me know down in the comments if I did. I apologize if I did, but yeah, overall, I think it's a solid movie. I think it could have been better. I do. Again, the biggest problem here, I think, is it feels more like a short movie that they need to stretch out into full length. So they put in some dance numbers, they put in some singing, and then they put in Will Ferrell with no purpose. The biggest problem is Will Ferrell has no purpose in this movie outside of his message at the end. I felt like was the only real part he needed to be there for. The rest of it is just Will Ferrell kind of ad-libbing or improvising. It's just him improvising too much, and I wish he would have been a bigger part of the movie overall. But Margot Robbie really shines here. I really loved her as Barbie. She has the look, the mannerisms, all that good stuff. Ryan Gosling does an amazing job as Ken. Some of his lines are just amazing. Some of the best lines I've heard in a comedy movie in a very long time come from him. So, you know, hats off to him in this movie. I want to see more of him. And then everyone else here. Kate McKinnon from SNL is here. She plays a certain Barbie that I thought was just hilarious. A lot of people are going to know, everyone knows a person that had that type of Barbie before, so I thought that was really funny. There's a lot of people, just a huge list of people are going to stand out to you here. Most of them are only in a few scenes, so again, it kind of contributes to that whole feel of they just got them to be like, hey, we need to stretch this out. So I wish there was a more thought out and developed story here, but overall what we got was really good. I don't know if I'd ever watch it again. That's the one thing I've been asking myself, because there's no reason to. Like, you know, once you see it, you get it. I guess the jokes, I would like to see Gosling's performance as Ken again, maybe later down the line. So yeah, overall, I think I'm going to give this, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. This is not the best thing in the world. I wish it was better, but it was slightly better than I thought it was going to be. And, you know, it starts off really strong, and then the middle kind of teeters for a little bit. The ending has some funny parts, some really funny parts, but yeah, it's just that middle part, and Will Ferrell not having a lot to really do outside of just go in there and improvise being Will Ferrell. So yeah, hopefully it keeps doing well. I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. I think we're going into, I don't even know how long it's been out now. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. So it's only been out for about a week now, and it did really well. And, you know, it's probably going to keep doing well. If you haven't gone and seen it, I would strongly consider listening to everyone who's telling you to at least go see this once. In theaters maybe, or see it once when it comes out, but definitely make sure to check this one out. So thanks everyone. Make sure if you're new here, go down below, click the links to keep up with me. Check out the Discord, come join that to be part of the community and to keep up with me outside of YouTube. Subscribe, make sure to subscribe for more content almost daily, 6 days a week pretty much. I'm hitting also live every Monday through Thursday, so you can also keep up with that whenever I go live. Come watch me then. Like if you enjoyed, helps with the algorithm a lot. And yeah, I think that's just about everything, but make sure to do all the usual YouTube stuff. Have a good day, night, whenever you're watching this, and hopefully I will either see you live or in the next video. Bye.